ASAP Rocky.
How about
The
now?
other one.
I prefer the real Raven.
The other one.
I said the real
the other one.
Raven.
For years and years now has been tied to one controversy or another. Just like any of his peers in the industry, rappers catch a case or a bad rep all the time. That's not the issue. The issue is, he has continuously been haunted by this idea about his sexual identity and orientation. Many people believe he's a homosexual, even if they can't prove it, but they hold to the belief that at minimum he's ambiguous in his sexual identity. And upon closer consideration, even if they are far from the truth, it's at least an honest hypothesis. In this video, we are going to carefully analyze the various claims and see why such accusations are thrown at ASAP Rocky, and if they're valid or at the least credible.
Rocky, bro, you told me out your mouth and said that I changed your life. You said before you discovered me, bitches thought you was gay.
My dad told me girls don't like men with dirty nails. He always had a manicure and a pedicure. They always disassociate this, with being macho and shit. Seeing men push boundaries, especially straight men, I'm all for it. Got that nigga up out of there, thank God. Yeah, I had to fight some nigga in the bathroom, no homo. We slipping on semen. Niggas was jerking off in the bathroom, nigga. Yeah. I got that nigga up out of there, all that shit. This is parts of the story that I don't like.
I'm saying, Rocky, bro, you insecure about being gay, bro. And you mad at me because I'm not gay and you got inspired by a straight person, bro. I understand you insecure, bro. Rocky, I saw you hugging a gay person and y'all was holding each other at Rick Ross' party.
Artists, musical artists, the ones who strongly identify with that word throughout history, typically are non-conforming. That's part and parcel of the definition of people who are in creativity. That is, the artists, the ones who cannot be boxed in, the opposite of a conservative, the eccentrics, the gurus. They're high in expression and openness, and they have a sense of ambiguity about them. Fashion, ideology, relationships, everything. So artists are generally allowed more than most people to wear whatever and look however. That's why, for example, a lot of the 80s to 90s artists wore wigs, heels, makeup, nail paint, flamboyant fashion, which otherwise will be termed sus today. But back then, those people were not considered feminine at all. In fact, that was seen as the zenith of male masculinity. However, this philosophy is or was atypical in hip-hop. Hip-hop, which in its essence was more nitty-gritty, grimy, getting out the mud and not giving a fuck, stunting and flexing and being the hardest. For many decades, you have several artists in the genre who present the idea of brute or opaque masculinity almost as moral purity, as opposed to being edgy and emo, let's say. Now, granted, hip-hop hasn't entirely been monolithic. It's always had alternative artists, but that just proves the point. They are alternative. For years, ASAP Rocky has been shadowed by this accusation of being homosexual. He has come out plainly to refute that several times, but the facts, they never go away. Most recently, at one of his shows for his Don't Be Dumb concert, he was rocking a thong. He probably didn't intend for that to be seen, but it's not so obvious these days with all the weird stuff going on in Hollywood. The supposed humiliation rituals, for example. But that's a rabbit hole I'm not particularly interested in going into right now, because something else more interesting is before us. Now, as you would predict, that clip of him immediately went viral, and all of the associated foolery that came with it. It's even more painful now because people were clowning on him before that, and clowned on him even more with people, especially Drake fans and supporters, and even sending audiences believing that the lines from Iceman about his sexual orientation might be true after all. Academics supposedly reached out to clear the rumor, but it's obvious he was also with the foolery, being Drake's #1 guy in the industry after all.
Chat, maybe I'm giving him too much, I'm shooting him too much bail, but yes, I am in disbelief. Somebody said, nah, it's just tight as hell. So you're saying the thong is tight as hell. The thong is tight as hell. Now, thank you for saying that in the chat. I don't like when they playing with Rocky's name like that. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. Let's see if he'll answer. They might send me the voicemail. This call cannot be answered as dial.
Your call has been
forwarded to the ASAP Fenty thong line. The newest and latest and greatest. This is latex and polyester. Like, no. Yo. This call cannot be completed as dialed. Check the thong and call back again. What?
Space Ghost Perp has been the one person to unequivocally call him gay years after years, revealing that part of the reasons their relationships went sideways was because of him finding that out. This rules out the just fashion and his effeminate behavior and appearance as he has claimed beforehand. According to SGP, he's just gay. No ifs, no buts.
Gay. Different is gay. Weird is gay. Where they come from, but they're slowly learning because of a guy named ASAP Rocky that shit ain't gay, that's just different. As I got older, I realized that wasn't the way to do things, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't discriminate against anybody for their sexual preference, for their skin color. That's immature, Not only that, not only do I know the difference between that, but I'm wise enough to know that that's just stupid and wrong, you know what I mean? And I'm just trying to spread that on to everybody. Yo, you don't have to worry about what he's doing. Like, if he's gay, that's his business. Why does it matter? Are you gay? Why do you care?
Keep it like that. Stay over there and I stay over here. I really don't fuck with you. I don't. And you talking about I switched on you when I went back home or whatever. I'm exposed why I snapped on you. I snapped on you because, bro, you a jealous-hearted ass person. And I saw that in you. That's why I cut you off. And another reason why I stopped hanging with your ass is because one day I saw you driving in a truck and you was driving like this. You was driving like this. And I said, you know what? I feel like this nigga's gay. And I'm about to expose you. Rocky, bro, I'm about to expose your life. Because I saw what nobody saw. You gay, bro. It's just what it is. And I understand. You ain't want me to expose this shit. Remember that time you walked out of the gay hotel in New York? Remember that? With them gay white people you was with? You was all hugging up with them and shit? Rocky, you gay, bro. You gay. And you don't want to admit it. Chanel, your ex-girlfriend, she don't want to expose you, but I'm going to do it. She left you because she know that you gay. Rocky, you gay, bro. And
Although you have to take this with a grain of salt, given that both of them have questionable character and personalities, as even SGP has had a falling out with almost everyone during his come up, even members of his own collectives, which A$AP Rocky also pointed out. So while the statement he makes are compelling and realistic, it could just also be bitterness, since both of them have continuously tried to blackball and defame each other for the longest. A$AP Rocky has been in several relationships with women, very beautiful women in fact. To name a few, Lana Del Rey, and now his baby mother, Rihanna. No, not only that, he's a father of 3 children. Now, it seems rational to say, well, what kind of gay dates women, sleeps with them, and has multiple children? The so-called down low types. So even that fact doesn't neatly remove the accusations against A$AP Rocky or exonerate him from that, so to speak. Now, what about the sketchy plenitude of videos and statements where A$AP Rocky is engaged in very strange and eyebrow-raising activities? They are a handful. More than one is enough to get you suspect.
Hey, yo, chill out, bro. Nigga, you left me in the dark, nigga.
Man, you know I'm old, man. I don't know how to work all this.
You just had me looking crazy.
Shut the f up.
What you wearing?
Yo, bro, chill out, bro. Come on, bro. It ain't even been a minute yet, and you already going crazy. Relax your limbs, man.
I'm lonely.
You said what?
What'd you say?
You said what?
Nah, with you.
You feel me? Like, for example, if I'm stroking the ground or doing some wild nut shit or twerking, why don't we twerk? Now that I think about it, why is twerk a gender neutral dance? Twerking is the only gender neutral dance. I'm tweaking?
Given that he hasn't gone as far as making out with another man on camera or complaining about not being able to throw it back like women, let's say. These things we see and have heard him say doesn't conclusively prove anything about his sexual orientation or preferences. On one hand, he isn't gay, but possibly could be a bisexual. And on the other hand, he's just being misconstrued due to society's, perhaps more so hip-hop, expectations on what a man can say, wear, and do.